Hello, everyone. Ron here from RJJ's Reactions. Are you ready for some more Radiohead? I think I am. I'm going to be listening to um, Paranoid Android. Took me a second to remember the name. I started the album OK Computer a little bit out of order, started with Exit Music, and now I'm trying to go through in order. So Paranoid Android is next up. So it's an interesting title, by the way. Paranoia, I understand. Android, well, human-like robot, but paranoid android? We'll see. Let's have a listen. All right, let's go.
Please could you stop the noise? I'm trying to get some rest from all the unchecked voices in my head. What's when I am king, you will be fast against the wall. With your opinion, which is of no consequence at all.
I'll just stop for a minute. I'll go back a little bit. First of all, I love the guitar at the beginning, and I love the play. Again, I mentioned before, it may mean nothing to anyone else, but between the left and right ears or headphones, the sounds are incredible. And Tom York's voice, as always, but particularly in the beginning, there is really almost eerie in a way. Yeah, I really, really love his voice. All right, let's back it up a little bit and keep going.
I am king, you will be fast against the wall. With your opinion, which is of no consequence at all. What's
Good beat.
ambition makes you look pretty ugly. Kick and squealing goose, you little piggy. You don't remember, you remember my name. I feel his head, man, I feel his head.
Okay, sudden chaos coming in here. I'm not sure. I'm catching quite a few lyrics, but not all. And yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. All of a sudden switched to a chaotic sound. Let's go back a bit.
You remember
I just stopped for a second. Of course, there was that great calm down and almost sounded like it's soothing and then almost a religious kind of music, a hymn sound almost. And then the lyrics came through, and I can see on here too, God loves his children, yeah, or something. But then the chaos hits again. So there's a lot of chaotic energy, and then there's the quieter periods, and then back into the chaos again. I'll have to have a closer look at the lyrics after, of course, but let's go back a little bit and come back into that chaos in the mind, I think. Oh, we're at the end. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's have a look at the lyrics. Sorry about that. The song ended quicker than I was expecting, and it was a 6.5 minute song, so it's not as if it were short. It's just that I think I got caught up in the first the soothing sounds and then that chaotic sound, and the chaos drew me in. It actually drew me in. Radiohead never fails to disappoint, does it? And I was going to say before I got to the lyrics, which I haven't looked at yet, um, some of the instrumentation. I think earlier when there was a chaotic too, but especially later because I caught a few of the lyrics, I think, and then it was a bit different later, I think too. They almost sounded like voices, and there were voices behind the track on occasion too. But then the instruments sounded like a voice as well, and even before they started to come in, I was thinking that sometimes noise or sound that is not actually a voice can sound like a voice in your head. I actually had an incident today when I was out walking. Beautiful day here, by the way, and I heard a sound. I don't know what the sound was I heard, but it sounded like a very loud voice in my left ear, and I jumped actually because I thought somebody was standing right beside me, and there was no one there. So it was just a sound from somewhere else that my brain misinterpreted. And so I thought it was interesting. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but that's what I was picking up from some of those sounds. Just sounded very close to voices, but they were actually instruments of some kind. All right, let's have a look at the lyrics here. Please, could you stop the noise? I'm trying to get some rest from all the unborn chicken voices in my head. Well, voices in my head, I get. Chicken voices, I'm not too sure. Maybe that's just the cackling, the constant noise, the constant interference, and that I fully understand. Writing music, and for me, not writing music, for me, writing stories, but for others, writing music or doing other kinds of art can be can give some relief, can give a release from those voices. I don't know if they're chicken voices for me, but that kind of makes sense if it's sort of a cackling cluck 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 going on and on and on in your head. What's that? I may be paranoid, but not an android. What's that? I may be paranoid, but not an android. Okay, so this character maybe Tom, maybe not, I don't know, but is saying I could be paranoid, but I'm not an android. So an android, a human-like robot, basically. So I'm human. Um, I don't know. Let's see. I have feelings. I'm not just repeating. Um, my senses may be messed up, but they're real to me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm reaching. When I am king, you will be first against the wall with your opinion, which is of no consequence at all. Again, don't know what he's talking about for sure, but could be other people saying things, or their views, their comments on you. Um, so when I'm the king, when I'm out of this despair or whatever, or these voices, you're the first one up against the wall. Your opinion means nothing. What's that? And then, okay, so that's, I may be paranoid, but no android. Ambition makes you look pretty ugly, kicking and squealing, Gucci little piggy. So, little commentary there on maybe consumerism, or the fact that the little piggy thing and the Gucci and pretty makes me think of the old expression, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. I don't know whether that's where that's coming from or not. But yeah, ambition can be pretty ugly. And, yeah, I don't know, kicking and squealing, Gucci, like little piggy. You don't remember. You don't remember. Why don't you remember my name? Off with his head, man. Off with his head, man. Why don't you remember my name? I guess he does. I don't know how to interpret all of these lyrics. You know, maybe feeling isolated or alone, and people don't know your name. Possibility. Off with his head. Well, if you become the king, you're, you're going to put these people up against the wall, and maybe you have an imagination of taking care of these people that, uh, whether literally or in your own mind, in your own imagination, have abused you or misused you in some way. And it's hard to say sometimes whether that's real or not real, especially if you have voices in your head and you're not sure. Rain down, come on, rain down on me from a great height, rain down, come on, rain down on me. Um, yeah, I don't know for sure, but again, if we're going to continue with that sort of theme, and it could be, there's probably hundreds, of not thousands, of ways of interpreting these lyrics, because they're not straightforward. Um, Sometimes when you're in despair, or when you're feeling isolated, or you're feeling a little bit crazy, for lack of a better term, uh, psychological despair, you feel like, come on, just pour it on me, pour it on me. I don't know, could be that. Rain down on me. Uh, so come on, rain down on me. That's it, sir. You're leaving. The crackle of pigskin, the dust and the screaming, the yuppies networking, the panic, the vomit, the panic, the vomit. God loves his children. God loves his children. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know for sure where that's all going, but mm, the dust and the screaming, the yuppies networking, the panic, the vomit. I just get the feeling of a lot of things going on in the head, and seeing people around, not being part of that community, or part of that group or whatever, and people not knowing your name. I'm not sure about the pigskin, what that's talking about. I mean, that's normally, I think of football when I think of pigskin. But so again, just not being part of that. The yuppies networking, so they're all chattering over in corners or whatever, and doing their thing, and you're not part of the yuppie network, obviously. And the panic, the vomit. Is that his panicking and his vomiting is getting sick? Or is it the others? Is it the society that is so sick? It could be both, I guess. It's possible. God loves his children. God loves his children. Yeah. Don't know where to go with that. I have issues with the God thing. And, you know, some people have problems with me, but I have issues with God. So, don't know. Not sure what he means at the end. God loves his children. God loves his children. Yeah, could be a comforting thing. Could be, obviously people use that as a comfort. Uh, so it could be a comforting thought, a comforting idea. Um, to calm those voices, those chicken voices in his head, and the fact that he's watching or maybe he's experiencing other people around him and not feeling a part of that. And but at least God loves his children. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm just going through these lyrics for the first time and going through this first time I heard the song. I hadn't heard this song before. Um, and I did like the song musically better than Airbag because I could hear Tom's voice better in certain parts, particularly at the beginning, but then throughout there were some segments as well where his voice was very clearly coming through the noise of the music. I know that sounds wrong, but sometimes it's too loud for me for the voice, and I like to hear the voice, particularly when it's a good voice. No need to hide his voice, but there's a need in the song because you know they have points that they want to get across, and the music helps to do that as well, and it did. I mean, I think the chaos that's going on in this person's mind, in this person's head, came through in that instrumentation, and it was done so well. uh, yeah, I really did enjoy this Paranoid Android, and my guess is that and maybe once I've gone through all of the tracks, I will listen to the entire album in order all at once. And because I know that certainly in the in the past, albums were designed to be listened all the way through. Now I know that's not always the case because people are streaming and listening to individual tracks more often, and they don't care about order, and they don't even design the albums in that way necessarily. But some of them probably still do, and I think this is probably the case with with this particular OK Computer album. All right, that was Paranoid Android, Radiohead. Really enjoyed that one better than Airbag. I know I started with the wrong one with Exit Music, which I did love very much. So far, I'm really enjoying the album. It is Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Don't forget to like the video if you do like it. Subscribe to the channel. It's growing nicely, slowly but nicely. Also, I do appreciate the comments and I do appreciate the suggestions or recommendations. I'm trying to slip some in whenever I can. I'm making this one, after my work today at night. So it's 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 nice to get those in, and it's fun to do, but it does take a little bit of time. So I'll do my best. In the meantime, keep listening and keep having fun. Bye bye for now.